Tigers fans, how are we doing? We have had a crazy 24 hours as a club. We've got horrible news about our star fullback, Jahream Bula. We've got great news about our train and trial deal, Taylan May, and even better, more promising news about our guy and our coach, Benji freaking Marshall. So I'm today going to be breaking down all of these articles, what this means for our team, what some possible fixes to the Jahream Bula situation is going to be, and where we should put Taylan May. And so if you're with me and love the West Tigers, make sure you like, subscribe, share, review if you're listening on podcast services, and make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Send some prayers to Jahream Bula because he needs them, he deserves them. So let's get into it without further ado. So our first talking point has to be Jahream Bula, or as I call him, Jahream Big Baby, because he is not making me dream big right now. And the reason why, he's been called off of our squad for the next 4 weeks at least due to a hamstring injury sustained in the Canberra Raiders game this past weekend. And so I'm so mad that this has happened. I'm so sad for Jahream Bula and his family, but at the same time we have to keep moving forward. This is part of footy. There are bumps, there are speed humps, there are things that we don't want, but we have to actually work through them, and I believe we could come out stronger. And the reason why is we have some solid options. You can see here the first and the most likely one is going to be Heath Mason stepping in as fullback. It was, if you don't know, Heath Mason in the New South Wales Cup has been playing fullback for the last 2 to 3 years. He's naturally a 6, but we've seen the last few weeks there's been some gaps that maybe could be filled or being worked on. So I could definitely see Heath Mason stepping in at number 1 in terms of Bula, and then we could see Latu Fainu stepping in at 6 or 7, and I'm not sure which one Luai would want. There's a lot of, I guess, gossip and chatter around that about whether Jahream Luai should be at 6 or 7, and I honestly think Jahream Luai should be at 6. I think Latu Fainu is at such a pivotal moment in his career, and he's like a sponge, right? Because he's soaking up every minute and then also every single skill set that he has, that I could see him turning into a phenomenal halfback. So I'm like, if we're going to be making switches, why not put Latu in at number 7 and Jahream Luai where he's comfortable at number 6? Now, there's also a lot of talk that, hey, maybe we should just have 2 5'8s at this point, and honestly, just who cares about the word halfback and 5'8? They just play their style of footy on their sides of the field, on their edges, and we'll be good. Now, I get that, but at the same time, they do have some critical and crucial points to their positions, and I just want people to be comfortable on the field, and so I'm all for what Jahream Luai wants, because I believe that Latu can step in anywhere he wants and do an absolute amazing job. Now, there's also talk with Jahream Bula being out that, hey, what if Adam Doueihi went into number 1? I don't know, because we also have, let me pull it up here, Taylan May is, rumored to make a debut this coming weekend with the West Tigers, and so we could have him step in for Doueihi, or have Doueihi move to fullback, Jarrell Skelton move to center, and then Taylan to the wing there. That's also a really solid option as well. The third option is with Taylan May, having Taylan step in at Doueihi's position. Doueihi then would move to 14, and then that would be a great option as well, just to have him come in, and then we'd have Heath Mason in at 1, Latu at 6 or 7. That's also another option. And then there's another option that I can't help but thinking about, and that is Taruva. What would Tito Taruva look like in our fullback? Let me know. Do you think I'm crazy for even thinking that? Putting him at number 1, putting Taylan May on his wing there where he was, and then having that, Adam Doueihi and that Starfatoa as our centers, and then Skelton and then May in at our wings, and then Taruva in at fullback. And the reason why I'm thinking Taruva, just hear me out. He has done such a great job defensively this year. He's quick. He knows how to stop defenders, and then on attack, he knows how to run hard. So when he's getting those deep balls that Cherry Evans loves to put through, we could definitely see him making great runs up that field, getting a few post-contact meters, but also just barreling over those defenders. So that is, I think, a pretty solid option that I didn't want to outrule or didn't want to just put out the window, because I believe that could be a solid setup that for something that I think we could actually see a lot of good outcome from. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think I'm kind of weird for saying that, or do you think, oh, yeah, there's something there? And yeah, I don't know. Who would you do? Would you do Mason? Would you do Dewey? Who would you do? I don't know, Luke Lowry, for goodness sake. There's talk of him. He's done amazing things in Cup, but also amazing things on the time that he's had on our field this season, that he could definitely be a really good contender at number 1. He's fast. He's very agile. He knows how to run that ball. He knows how to tackle really well. I don't know. I just think, this could be a really good option for us as a team to pick him and put him at number 1. So let's keep moving on, because our next big talking point is Benji Marshall and Richo's comments. Now, the Daily Telegraph put out this article with Fox Sports, and NRL 360 interviewed Richo after the game against Canberra. I spoke to Richo on Friday before the Canberra game, before the game, not after, which was the West Tigers' 5th loss in a row. Absolutely gutted about that, by the way. He was really, really empathetic, as Richo can be at times, and quite determined to get his point across in the media. That's Benji, and that Benji's under no pressure whatsoever. Now, I know in my comments below, a few of you guys have been putting a lot of pressure on our coach and our head guy, Benji Marshall. And honestly, I get it. There has been moments where I'm like, dang, dude, why did we make that call? I.e. Brent Naden, Charlie Staines, people like that at times. But at the same time, he's got a plan, and we have to trust what he's got, and you know, submit to his leadership, if you will. He is our head guy. He's the guy that is steering the ship. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but at the same time, we're in such a pivotal rebuild in our club that Benji also has to gut things from the bottom up. Kind of like the American culture with Donald Trump and all that, just absolutely going nuts, Doge and everything. He's got to do the same thing. He's starting from the bottom up and going wild with it, and I'm actually all for that. And the reason why is this. This is what Richo says. And you know what? They're only 2 points off the bottom place side. They've had 3 wooden spoons in a row, but he thinks long-term into next year that Benji is the man to make this club go forward, and that gives me a lot of hope and a lot of belief that, hey, Richo wants this guy around, and that he's going to be absolutely pivotal in our rebuild, especially as we start to look at signing new players. We got Pierce Paul coming through. We have Taylan May now on here. He knows that things are going to be great, but it's going to take time, right? And then, of course, there's the Taylan De Silva debacle right now. Benji's copping a lot of flack because, why wouldn't you keep this young gun in at number 9, give him more minutes? Why would you re-sign Uppy? I don't know. Benji doesn't deserve all that, but at the same time, Talon's got to do what's right for him, right? And what's right for his career. And if that's not being at the Tigers because we have a veteran season number 9, then hey, you either stick around for a couple more years and learn as much as you can, get as many minutes as you can in New South Wales Cup. But at the same time, yeah, it's this weird give and take kind of thing. And if I was Talon, I would stay. I would honestly stay until Uppy is gone, because Appy is going to definitely go here in the next couple of years. It's just that time of his career. And if Talon wants those, to be that, star 9, the star hooker, this is the place to be. I don't know if, Bulldogs is going to snatch him up. I don't know if the Eels are going to snatch him up. I just don't know if he'll be that star number 9 like he could be here. So what are your thoughts on the whole Taylan De Silva debacle as well? Because there is a lot to unpack there. But if he ends up leaving and Appy ends up leaving in a year or two, we do have some solid options. We have someone like Tristan Hope. He is, I think, a really solid option that could step in and do great things. Crazy out of the pocket kind of thing. Latu Fainu, he could definitely step in at number 9. Heath Mason, between those three, we could see a lot of great things there. I mean, why couldn't we train up someone like Luke Lowry as well? Yes, he's traditionally a winger, center, whatever, outside back, but he's also quick. He knows how to run that ball. Why couldn't we see him being more of a quick, agile, on your feet kind of hooker that, the NRL really hasn't seen in a while? There's so many different options that we have as a club that I really believe that we're going to be just fine no matter who stays or leaves. But at the end of the day, I want us to make sure that we are wishing Jahream Bula all the best in this horrible, horrible time. Hamstrings injuries are really, really serious things, and I don't want to rush that. And so I'm expecting not going to get my hopes up, but I'm expecting 6 weeks at minimum. They say 4, but I do believe it's going to be 5 or 6 with rehab and then, actually playing their first full game again, because that is a nasty injury. So what are your thoughts on today's episode, Tigers fans? What are your thoughts on Jahream Bula being out? Who's going to replace him? What are your thoughts on Taylan May coming back this week? Where would you put him? Winger, center, I don't know, wherever you think he would go. Where would you put him? What would you do? Who would you replace? If he replaces Dewey, I believe Dewey should be number 14 regardless, be a great, or even put him at number 6. And yeah, that's also an option as well that we're not going to get into today. But there's lots of different options, which is really, really crazy to say as a Tigers fan. We have so much talent and not enough positions, and that is honestly becoming a problem for us. So I'm really intrigued to see what the team list is going to be today and what Benji Marshall puts out. And then, of course, how are you feeling about Benji Marshall sticking around long term? I am all freaking for it because I am Team Marshall all bloody day, and I appreciate Richo finally making a comment on that. And as always, you guys take care of yourself, you take it easy, and I'll see you in the next episode.